Hello, please watch this video now, because this video could be taken down very soon. I'm in very dangerous baby P territory, put it that way, with social services Wirral. So I'll just run it through with you. I'll make it as brief as possible. I was threatened. I had to come here by a Rachel Turpin from the socials. She's the one I've been allocated. And I was threatened that if I didn't come to this complex where they're breaking in and stealing from me, that I would be sleeping rough. I had no alternative. She was quite nasty about it, and I was scared because it was cold, so I took it. Anyway, she'd also promised me, oh, when you move in, you get brand new stuff, you get all new bedding, everything brand new, all this, a grant gives you everything. Well, she gave me nothing. So she is a liar, because she said, couldn't get the grant afterwards or something. Well, why lie about it? Check your things first. That should be your job. What I don't understand is, why is she being paid? Why is my name on her payroll? She hasn't contacted me for over 3 weeks. Besides the point, I have been ringing every single night to tell them and the complaint place that she's not contacted me. And they said they'll get someone she'll be calling me back tomorrow. I call in the day every day. She's meant to call you back. She doesn't. It's a game to her, this is. It's cruel. Anyway, I'd had enough a while ago before this, when I first came here, with her attitude. And I wanted to change, and I only knew her name was Rachel. I went through to the complaints. There was a lovely gentleman who was very concerned about me. And he said, I know who it is. It's Rachel Turpin. So I went through and I put it through to another man, the complaints. Anyway, that afternoon, a woman, nicely spoken, rings me back. Is this Lisa? So I said, yes. She's Rachel's boss. She talks to me like I'm either 12 years old or I have severe retardation. She informs me that Rachel is her best social worker. Well, I was just amazed, actually. I was in West Kirby on a bench at the time. And I thought, well, fucking hell, if that's the best, I'd love to see the worst. Jesus. So anyway, she said to me, I'm not changing her. I've decided to keep her on your case. Like, I have no say in the matter. This is honestly true. All this is going honestly. People are absolutely amazed at this. And all this. Well, I'm not on her list because she's made no contact with me, and I've got proof here for the solicitor. They said keep the proof on the phone, which I have, because all incoming calls are logged on here on these phones. So they can go through my phone details to check that she has not made any communication with me whatsoever. She lied about that. I asked her to get a bus ticket. She couldn't even do that for me. But I managed to get that myself, thank God. So I can go anywhere now in England, not in Scotland or Wales. So if anybody in England can help me, please do. I'll travel anywhere. Even if I have to do 12 hours a day to get to you. Please help me. I'm desperate. I'm really desperate. If you've got a space for me to stay, because it's not safe for me here. Please. As well as that, I can remember. So anyway, she couldn't do that. Yet I was given the number for Salvation Army. Spoke to a lovely gentleman. He was mortified at the way I'd been treated, but not surprised. Anyway, that afternoon, a bag comes from Salvation Army, all brand new, bed linen, pillows, the whole works, duvet, everything in a bag, with compliments, Salvation Army. That's how wonderful the Salvation Army is. Thank God we have charities like this keeping people alive, because social services are not. And then eventually, she has the cheek to dump in some dirty old main blankets in the hallway for me, from her. What a nerve. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? Which aren't fit for a dog to sleep in. She's disgusting. Anyway, that's besides the point. 20 years ago, there was a social worker, I don't deal with social workers, that my mother got involved with, called Greta Lyons, who is in charge at the time. She's retired now, because she was a mature woman then. Oh, she was professional. She gave you a phone number. You could ring her any time if you had a problem. She got all my benefits sorted. The housing benefit for my mother. She worked. She did her job. This lazy madam has done nothing. And it's the honest truth. And I'm putting it on here because it needs to go on here. And she's done absolutely nothing. All she does is giggle when you cry. And don't think I didn't notice it, Rachel, because I did notice it. She's just callous, cold, heartless, vindictive. and I've been given her, and it's not good enough. And Greta Lyons did so much. She used to meet me every week for a coffee. I didn't want to meet her, but she'd buy me a cake and a drink in a cafe in Heswell. Then she'd run me anywhere then I wanted to go in her car. She'd take me anywhere in her car, give me a lift if I was going to the city, anything. She was really helpful. I knew you had an emergency number for her, and my mother felt she was support. She was there and she was doing her job. She was a professional woman. Greta Lyons, I'm sure she's retired now, but you were in professional hands. Not like the madam I've been given, bloody hell. No, she's like baby P territory, this one is. She'd be the one that goes out and sees the child being abused and goes, hey, there's nothing wrong, and does nothing, because that's the type of person she is. Anyway, besides the point, the only other time I had dealings with social services, that was approximately the same time before I moved to Haswell, was 21 years ago, and that was in Birmingham. I was in a lovely flat at the time, £900 a month. Oh, it was gorgeous, that. God, I'd love to be in something like that again. Centenary Plaza Complex, flat 41. Bloody gorgeous. 3 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms. Oh, it was gorgeous. And it was brand new. It was wonderful, because my mother had a job at the time. She had a flat too. Anyway, she went missing. She went off to Tenerife. She got suicidal and did all that again. And I was left on my own. The staff there were amazing, though. One guy was giving me fish and chips, George, on the desk. Other people in shops were helping me. I'd met a lot of friends in a lovely black church who were helping me. I was not alone at all there. People were really friendly and helpful in Birmingham. Anyway, social services sent out 2 lovely black women who were very, very caring. I noticed that the black women are much more caring. Like Indian people are much more caring. They came out, they took me to a supermarket in their car, and they said, just fill it with whatever you'd normally get. We don't want you to starve. Rachel wants me to starve? She's left me with 0 money, nothing. She had the cheek to go to some food bank that they went to themselves and dumped off some manky cans, which are out of date, by the way, because I've checked them, and this is all going to the solicitor and things like that. They gave me some dirty old cans. They knew I'd said I was vegetarian, and they've given me spam. They've given me corned beef. They've given me meatballs. They've given me tuna, and that's all. And most of them are out of date, and they're all rusty. So that's not the type of place people would be in a food bank. It's disgusting. I've got a video of that below anyway. I'm going to put it on when I get time, because I have no internet here. So this is more imperative that this goes on. So anyway, they were amazing. They filled it up, and she said, get magazines and everything. I can remember at the time. It was brilliant. And she filled me up. Then they put it all in the freezer and the fridge, because I had a wonderful fridge and freezer there, not like in here. And this is dirty. This wasn't even cleaned. So it was brand new. It was lovely. So she said, you've got lots of food now, which I did have for ages. And then she said, but if you need us for anything, I'll leave you my phone number. She had a professional card. And she said, please don't hesitate to call us, and we'll check on you. We'll call you in a few days to check you're okay. Amazing. You couldn't have asked for more. Like with Greta Lyons, this is what social workers are meant to do. But then you get the baby P ones that I've got. So I'm Lady P now, because, I've got one who's completely neglected me, no contact for over 3 weeks, yet she's on a payroll with my name on it, saying that she's working for me. So why is she being paid to look after me when she's not? Somebody needs to look into this. I'm getting a solicitor, though, from Legal Aid now to do all this for me, to sue them. But, the thing is, it's corrupt. I didn't even want to be with bloody Wirral. I was very happy with Sefton. Do you know with Sefton, I was put in a Premier Inn. I was given a breakfast every day, £10 Morrison's vouchers at night. The social services woman at Sefton, one night I was starving, and what did she do? She got me a McDonald's, sent it out by Uber Eats to the hotel. It's a bit different from Birkenhead, from the bloody Wirral one, isn't it? They're bloody awful, this lot. Seems worse than Chester, this, I'm telling you, and that took the bloody biscuit. I never dealt with the social services there, so I don't know what they were like. I only had housing options there. I never had social services involved there, because he said I didn't need a social worker. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't need one if he's quite right, because this is bloody useless. She's not working, so why is she being paid? That's what I want to know. She's overpaid, underworked. She's very underworked, this woman. And the woman in charge said she's her best. Like they're taking the piss or something. Do you understand where it's coming from? It makes your blood boil, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Well, I didn't even say anything. I was like, I didn't even stand up to myself because I'm emotionally drained. I am vulnerable in the state that I'm physically can't move at all. And also the fact that I'm very emotional, very unhappy and suicidal. That's how I'm vulnerable. But I'm not retarded and I'm not stupid. So you better realise that before you mess with me. Anyway, this is going a lot further now. We've got a lot of people interested in this. Publicity. It will be everywhere soon, but we're gathering all the evidence. And so is this lady from some other church now, is trying to help me as well. I've got people from different churches trying to help me. It's only the churches. They've been feeding me in different things and going to churches. Nathaniel's is a wonderful church in Liverpool, Walton, and they've been giving me hot meals. They're wonderful people, they are. But I mean, I'm getting these solicitors now, and this other woman is getting me an ombudsman and everything. But it's terrible. I mean, the way I've been treated is appalling. And there's lots of other people in my predicament out there, more vulnerable than me, probably who can't stand up for themselves. And I'm out here to try and stand up for them, to make a point that it is sheer neglect. And if you've got Rachel Turpin as your social worker, fuck heaven help you, because you're not going to get anywhere. You know what I mean? Blinking heck, she's baby to be territory. She is. Blinking heck. You couldn't get worse if you tried. So I'd love to know what type of social workers they got on the Wirral, because if she said that's her best, I would love to see the worst. Bloody hell. What is it, a 12-year-old or something? Who's high on weed? Because Jesus, heaven help us, that's all I'm saying, with her blinking heck. It couldn't be worse. So I have no social work as far as I'm concerned, because where's the social work? Where's the work? She's not done anything to help me. She couldn't even get me a bus ticket. That's how useless she is. You couldn't get more useless. All she's good at doing is giggling when you cry. She's good at that, bitching at you when you're really upset because your mother's died and you feel awful that you didn't speak to her because of the stressful situation that we were under with everything. And the fact that I am destitute, I have zero money, I am homeless, I've been dumped in this place where I'm being abused by these awful staff, taken advantage of, when you get benefit money, you get a bit of money, and you want to treat yourself a